Hey guys, what is going on? LegoMan123 back with another video, and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Harry Potter set 75965, The Rise of Voldemort. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first minifig is Harry Potter, and he is in his third task uniform. I really like the black and the red colouring on his torso with the red arm, and then the black arm, and then the black stripe, and then the red one. There's also some really nice crease printing as well, and then the Hogwarts logo there. And then at the back it does say Potter at the back of his torso, and then we do have a bit more crease printing. And then he does have the legs what do bend, so I really like that. And then his first facial expression is a quite determined or like sort of angry facial expression, so I really do like that one. The next one is a happy facial expression. Now, I'm not sure why he would be happy in this situation when Voldemort is being reincarnated or like resurrected. And then I do like his hairpiece with that design and mold. The next minifig is Peter Pettigrew, and I really love the amount of detailing on his torso and legs, especially with the lines what start from the torso and then continue down to the legs. Really like that. His black shirt is really interesting with some nice detailing with the buttons and then the collar. And then his sort of black jacket has some great detailing with two pockets on either side, and then the lines what start from the torso and then continue down to the legs. And he also does have this really nice belt, and then those lines do continue at the back. His first accessory is this really nice knife, great mold for a knife, and I'm glad we do get a second one of them. And then he does have just a generic brown one. One of his hands are this really nice sort of a skin color, and then the next one is this sort of a silver color because he does get his hand chopped off when he's reincarnating Voldemort. His first facial expression is really cool. I love the design for his eyebrows, like these really sort of bushy eyebrows, and then he does have like buck tooth because he was previously a rat, so I really like that. And then his other facial expression is pretty much the exact same, but he does look sort of a little nervous. And then his other facial expression, he does look pretty determined, maybe, or like pretty angry. The next minifig is this really nice Death Eater minifig. I like that new dress piece what we first got introduced to in the Harry Potter and Fantastic CMS series in black, but I kind of wish there was maybe some printing on it. But his torso is really cool because it has some interesting printing on it, like with this sort of like golden buckle here, and then just a bit of like maybe jacket printing there. He does have a black one, but his facial expression is really cool with that like skull printed on him, really nice. And then it seems to be like maybe his mouth is just there, but you can see his two eyes. I really like that. And then the hat piece he does wear is really cool as well. I like the molding of it and then the shaping of it. And at the back he does have like this really nice hood print there, and then just a bit more sort of jacket printing there. The final minifig in this set is of course Voldemort. I love the design for his head. That is one very menacing sort of a smile. Love the shaping of his mouth and the way he does have that smile with his eyes and his eyebrows. And then also the sort of like detailing with like maybe some wrinkles on him, really nice. And the head in the white color is just really cool. He does have some really nice torso printing with like some sort of green lines going about, and then you can see a bit of his skin there. He also does use the same dress piece as with the Death Eater, but I do wish there was some printing on it. And then at the back just a bit more of that sort of dark green lined printing. So the build for this set is the graveyard from the Goblet of Fire, when Harry and Cedric do get transported there from a portkey, which is actually the Triwizard Cup. So we'll take a look at this in three different sections. We'll take a look at the Triwizard Cup build, and then this sort of section here with the Cauldron, and then the main build. So the build for the Triwizard Cup is a really nice build, but I do wish we did get that molding for the Triwizard Cup from the CMF series for Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, because I think that was a lot more better because it actually did have some writing on it. I believe it had like Triwizard Cup on it or something to do with that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a pretty accurate build for the cup. I do like that translucent brick in the middle to give it that sort of glowing feel. And then the part usage they did use is pretty great because a minifig can actually grab onto this from the two bars here and here. So I really do like that. So now I take a look at the Cauldron. I'm really glad they did go for a mold for a Cauldron instead of the build, because I think it works a lot more better as a mold for the Cauldron instead of a build, because it really does make it a little more better. Instead of having like a bunch of bricks to make a circle, it would just look blocky and really wouldn't work as much as a mold does. So now we'll take a look at what's inside of the Cauldron. So we have this really nice and cute baby Voldemort. It does look a little creepy with the facial expression, with his nose and then his sort of frowny facial expression, but I do like the sort of wrapping you do get for baby Voldemort with the black colouring with just a few line creases there. Really nice sort of a shaping there. And then at the back there is a stud receiver, so you can actually have a minifig hand there. So put baby Voldemort back in the Cauldron. Then we do have this bone now. I believe this is Tom Riddle's father's bone, unwittingly given. Struggle to talk there, sorry about that. I do wish we got a bit more of a bigger bone, because in the movie his bone is a bit more bigger than this, but I can understand why, because if it was a bigger bone it would not fit in the Cauldron. Then we have Wormtail's hand, willingly given. I do wish we did get like the color hand we did get there, because this core piece really doesn't match that, but it's cool to get a claw piece. Then we have a drop of Harry's blood, and this definitely does look like a drop of blood, but I do wish it was maybe a little smaller, because like if you compare it to a minifig, that is some pretty big blood drop there. So I do wish they maybe went a little smaller, but I don't think that would be possible. So now we'll take a look at the build for this set, and that is of course the graveyard. So I love the amount of detailing for this build. Really nice detailing, some great features, so we just get into it. So the first feature I really like is that you can actually move these parts up and down, and you can even change them if you want, because they do use a bar and clip attachment, as you can see. So I really do like that, and that is on either side. And then I love the amount of foliage with like this piece in that really nice coloring. We have a weed here, we have a weed here as well on either side. We also have these really nice leaf pieces, another brown weed, and then another of those tree pieces. And then at the back of the statue they also do include a few more sort of tree pieces. And then the coloring for this really nice sort of brownish green color is really cool. Like the whole landscaping color is great. The dark green coloring, the cheese slopes in that coloring is really cool. Then the build for the sort of section here of like the gravestone and then this really nice statue is great. I love the coloring of the dark grey and the light grey. They work really nicely together, but I especially like the build for this statue here. It uses some really nice pieces, and how they did attach the wings is really cool, because they use this new piece, I believe, in this really nice translucent white color or clear piece. They attached it to the neck of the torso and then put a head there, and then this hood piece. From the front you can't tell that they actually use that piece, but you can just see like this sort of shine just there. And then if you do turn around, they use these stamp pieces in black, and then they do attach the wings from like the bar sort of section on the stamp piece, and then boom, you got some really nice sort of wing attachments there, and you can move them up and down, but ever so slightly, because they can easily fall off. And then the weapon he does or she have is really cool. I believe this might be like a Ninjago sword, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the sticker for Tom Riddle does look really nice as well. And this is where the Cauldron does sit. We do have some orange dots here to represent fire. And then on this side we do have another grave with the Deathly Hallows sign. Really interesting. It also might be an Easter egg, maybe referencing we're getting some Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 sets, but I'm not sure on that. And then the build under this statue is really nice as well. It really adds to the build with like these sloped pieces here. It looks really smooth and definitely does look like a sort of big sort of gravestone. So I really like that. And then on either side they use this miniature panel piece, which is really cool. And then at the back they actually have these pieces here. Now it does look a little strange if you do look at from the back, because they have light grey, dark grey, and then just two different variants of brown. So I do wish they did choose like between dark grey and light grey to actually fill this area in, because it does look a little strange. But it doesn't worry me too much because you can't actually see it from the front. And then they also use these really nice pieces here to actually hold in those tree pieces, and you can move them just ever so slightly like that. And then there's like this sort of hollow area, so you can possibly maybe put something in there. And then at the bottom you can actually see all these sort of makings for these sort of different supports for this set, so that is really interesting. So now we'll take a look at a few more features for this set. Another feature it does include is that you can actually take off the gravestone with the sticker of the Deathly Hallows, because it's actually attached by two 1x2 plates with the stud in the middle, so you can easily just sit it off to the side on that side or the other side. So I really do like that sort of customization feature. Another feature is Harry is actually in the sort of area where the statue is, and you can actually hold him there for the statue, and he does sit there pretty firmly, so if I give him a good shake he's definitely not going to come out of there. But by far my favorite feature of this is when Voldemort doesn't go flying, but he gets reincarnated from Peter Pettigrew, and like you use, hold on, let me just reset it back up. You actually use this sort of flicking mechanism, so you flick this piece here and like he does rise up. So I'll do it again nice and slowly. So I really like that play feature. That is definitely fun, and you can easily reset it up. It's very simple, so you just put Voldemort back and then you can easily flick him back up. So really like that. And at the bottom of the mechanism there's nothing too much to it. You can just see Voldemort like that, and you just flick it up like that. But my only problem is that it can be sometimes annoying, because if you want to have his wand with him just for a bit of fun, you can't actually do that, because the wand does get in the way of this sort of trapped door. So that's my only problem, but it is very, very small. But apart from that, I really like the play feature for it. So now we'll take a look at the packaging for this set. So the manual only has an advertisement for Win. It's strange why they don't have an advertisement for the other Harry Potter sets in this wave, and also an ad for Lego Live. As I was saying, it's strange how they don't have an advertisement for the other Harry Potter sets in this wave. And then the box is really nice as well. I won't go too much into depth with it because we did that in the unboxing, but I love the amount of box art on this set, especially for the front with the whole graveyard, like the mist, the gravestones, the tree, and then at the back it does show you the play feature with like Voldemort getting flicked back up. So I really do like that. I would definitely recommend this set to pretty much anyone, a Harry Potter fan and also a Lego collector, because in this set you do get 4 exclusive minifigs, which is definitely worth it for the price. And then the build is really interesting as well, because I like how you can customize it yourself, from the idea of having these parts move up and down and you can easily switch them. The gravestone here, how you can take it off and move it. So I really like that. And I also like the build for the statue and then the grave at the back here, because it's a really nice build. And with this whole sort of setup here and the scene Lego have chosen to build in Lego, a Harry Potter fan can definitely recognize this from the movie, because when I saw this I was like, yep, that's the scene when Voldemort got reincarnated. So I really like how they did choose this specific scene, because it's very easy to recognize in a build, and to actually get it in a Lego set is really cool, because as I said, you do get 4 exclusive minifigs, and then the build is definitely worth the price. So hope you guys did enjoy this as much as I did making it, because I really did enjoy building this set. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. So as always guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and can I see you soon. Goodbye!